Gangsterism continues to be a major challenge in Cape Town, with gang violence wreaking havoc as gangs fight over drugs and territory. But what impact do gangsterism and gang activity have on the communities they operate in? Mark Schrikker, chairperson of 7945 Community Action Group, joins me to talk about this. Mark, good evening. Thanks for speaking to us. I understand that there are an astounding 130 gangs in Cape Town.
Yes, good evening. Good evening, all the viewers. Yes, there is.
Now, talk to us about how gangs are formed or how they come about, what impact that they have on these communities in Cape Town.
Currently, a community like Lavendale feels that they are being terrorized in their own community. You know, children is fearing for their lives because they are being threatened to join gangs. And this is the thing that, you know, we don't actually just want SAPs to step in, but we want our city of Cape Town also to send in Metro Police. And we don't have that visibility. I mean, we have Steamboat Police Station with 2 vans, 4 vans only to service over 30,000 people almost.
Now, I'd like to imagine that in your community, you've obviously spoken to some of the young people that are encouraged or drawn to join these gangs. What is that carrot that these gang members are dangling before these individuals?
So some of them are being enticed with money, with clothes, because also of poverty. Some of them are being threatened. I mean, the other evening I got a voice note from a parent asking us, you know, can't we place her son and his friend somewhere else because they are being threatened to join a gang.
Now, for those of us that obviously aren't too familiar with gang activities, talk to us about those communities in which the gangs are prevalent and what impact it has on the community. I mean, on the safety of the community and those sort of issues.
I mean, if we look at the safety of the community, last week we buried a 15-year-old Lamise. In the same weekend when her funeral was on Friday evening, they shot a 16-year-old Jaden. Our kids are dying and generations are being taken out, and people have found out that because there's no help from the city, nor SAPs themselves or the CPF, we do not have the support that we have as a community. And that's the reason why we want to reach out. We need help in our community, because currently we are feeling that because of this, our economical growth is also being affected. You know, people can't go to work because gang fights, they start shooting at 5 o'clock in the morning. They start at 5:30 in the morning when people need to go to work, walk to work. In the evening when they come out of work, they're shooting. When the kids come out of school, they're shooting.
And when you make reports to the authorities, what sort of reaction are you getting? Are you not getting any support?
There's actually no support, only promises. We met with the Major General. We went through, we handed over a memorandum. We sat in a meeting with the Major General, the Colonel, and with members of the CPF. And still nothing has been done, because we don't see police presence at our schools. We don't see. You know what is strange is that the police and everybody knows who these people is and who they are, but nothing is being done to them.
Now, talk to us about your community action group. You're a chairperson of the 7945 Community Action Group. What does a group do, and what is your role?
Our role is basically, and it's not my role, but it's a collective, because there's no I in team. So basically what we're trying to do is to help our community to come out of this. You know, it's easy to get handouts, but we want our community to be sustainable. And in order to do that, we as a community need to lift up our community. We started this group basically because of housing, and then we found out by these other social ills that's actually affecting us, which the main purpose is crime, the gangsterism, the drugs. I mean, at 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, I drove through Lavendale. I know we got 14, 15-year-old kids standing outside, keeping an eye out, and all of this, selling drugs on the street. We have prostitution that's going live on the street. I mean, just before I came on, I was walking through Lavendale, and I had 12 and 11-year-old girls with a big man and some small boys sitting and gambling. Police vans just drove past them.
So what initiatives do you think your community can carry out on its own? So obviously, in the absence of the authorities making a plan, what can you do as a community?
Look, all we can do as a community at this moment is draw up a petition, and not only a petition, but also, again, a memorandum, because we are sick and tired of marching. We are sick and tired of handing over memorandums, and we have come to that point where we say that if the city, Western Cape City government is saying it's a city that works for us, then work for us. I mean, most of these houses where these gangsters are staying in and where they're dealing from drugs is council-owned houses, which means that they have the right as a council to step in and to do things about it, but yet nothing is being done. So we as a community are saying, look, we are busy with the petition and asking them, and we're going to give them ultimatum to do things, because our councillors, our councillor in 68 and in Lavendale also, you understand, Ward 101, there's nothing. There's nothing. There's no participation of safety. All they're worrying about is what they can do and how they're going to look good. We even wrote to the mayor and asked for a meeting with the mayor, and the mayor blatantly denied us. First he told us, no, we're going to have a meeting via mail, and then he told us, no, we can't.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my next question, that in light of the new broom that is in the office, certainly for the last few months, had you approached Mayor Jordan Hills-Lewis's office? And if not, can you not picket? Can you not take matters into your own hands and walk to his office and demand a meeting? I mean, when you talk about when you talk about the gravity of the issues that you're talking about, it is obviously there's no solution in sitting and waiting. It's almost like you have to go into his office and demand to be seen and get an audience.
Yeah, you see, at the end of the day, we've been picketing for how long? Save our children. Guns is killing our children, drugs is killing our children, but yet nothing is being done. You know, we get called to sit around a table, then the people want to say, yeah, but what are you going to do? We don't have guns. We don't have bulletproof vests. We don't have the authority to put them out of their houses. We don't have anything to back us up. I mean, our family, when we did picketing, we get threatened, not them.
Mark Schrikker, chairperson of 7945 Community Action Group, thank you for your time unpacking to us some of the challenges that gangsterism and gangs are causing in Cape Town.